Hi. I promised that I'd give you guys an update on my Austin Marathon experience. So I've been a bit remiss in giving you the update as the race was a few weekends ago, but I'm happy to say that I did complete the full marathon. I didn't make my time that I wanted. I wanted to do it under 4 hours. I was very fortunate to have a good friend of mine fly out and run the half with me, and we crossed the halfway mark around 2 hours. So I was doing really well for the first half. However, decided that I would do a little bit of walk run on the second half. If you've never been to Austin or run the Austin course, which you might not expect for Texas, is it is extremely hilly, so it's always a challenge. But this year was particularly difficult for me. As you know, if you've been following my video blogs, following my surgery in February, recovery was going really well. PSA was starting to track downward. I had started running again and completed a few races. I actually felt so well that I signed up for the what's called the Austin Distance Challenge. I'm actually wearing my jacket that they give you for completing the series. Now, the Austin Distance Challenge is a series of several iconic Austin races. It is an amazing experience. I've done it a couple of years in the past. This is my third time. And for me, I was on the full marathon track. So what that means is you start out with a 5K and you run several races leading up to the full marathon. Unfortunately, around the November timeframe, I had to start radiation and hormone deprivation therapy. Because of my rising PSA, we wanted to go ahead and take the next steps to kill what remaining cancer was in my body following the surgery. And like many of you who may be watching this that go through, especially the hormone deprivation, you will find that, at least for me, fatigue was one of the main side effects. So I will say it was difficult, but I ran 2 half marathons during that experience. And my last radiation treatment was at the beginning of January. And mid-February, I had the full marathon. So I had to ramp very, very quickly from being able to run the 13 miles to running 26 miles. And I was happy to say that I could do it. Now, I've received a few comments that from prostate cancer survivors or those that are currently undergoing treatment, congratulating me, but also just saying that, they're not in that condition. And I hope that this video blog inspires others, and maybe running's not your thing. It's my thing, but it's definitely not for everyone. So really my message is, treatment can be hard. I definitely had very, very dark days, and running was what helped me get through that. If I had not been participating in the distance challenge, I know that it would have been hard to get me off the couch to run, especially to complete those 2 half marathons when I did. I just think that having something in your life that brings you joy, that kind of distracts you from, the stress that goes along with treatment, as well as, just helps you get up and moving. If you have something in your life like that, then, try to do that. Try to focus on that. So I hope that for everyone out there who's going through this, that you find something that you're passionate about as much as I am about running, and that it is the one thing that can help you get through this experience. I also had a very unique experience just a couple weeks ago. I connected with a nonprofit, Zero Cancer, and they focus on trying to raise funds for awareness and research to cure prostate cancer. And I was invited to participate in this year's summit in Washington, D.C., and I'm very grateful for that. And day one, participated in many roundtable sessions and presentations from world-class leaders in the area of research and support for prostate cancer. learned an amazing amount of information, and encourage you, if you're watching this series, to go check out the Zero Cancer site. I wish I would have had all of these resources available to me, or would have known that these resources were available to me upon my diagnosis. The second day, we lobbied both the House and the Senate representatives for several things, but the primary thing was we wanted to increase funding to $110 million for the DoD budget that specifically earmarks money for prostate cancer research. So we continue to lobby our leadership in order to make that happen. So also encourage you, if you're going through your own prostate cancer experience, connect with a nonprofit. If it's not Zero, there's many others out there, and figure out how you can get involved. My main message to my representatives is that, as a 43-year-old prostate cancer survivor, I'm counting on new findings from research. And in order for that to happen, there needs to be funding dedicated to that. So hopefully this will inspire you to get more involved as well. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will respond as soon as I can. I will give you an update soon. I should have another blood test in about 4 weeks' time, and we hope to see that PSA is finally at an undetectable level. That's what I'm counting on.